Welcome. So this lecture we will go through loops in the Python. So as in other languages also like C or Java, C++, there are also loop. So in Python also these loops are used, and basic purpose of loops is to perform some iterations. Whenever there is a iterative process, let's say I want to find out the square of the number from ranging from, let's say, 0 to 10, and each time it will go through and I want square of each number. So this is iterative process, and loops helps lot. So it is like you can use multiple conditions in a loop, just like if some value is greater than this input, the my condition is like this. So loops helps are in very good manner, especially in our engineering calculations. So they basically there are three types of loops. We will see one is a for loop, one is a if loop, and third one is a while loop. So we are going to use extensively these loops in our upcoming program. So these are very helpful, powerful, but sometimes these are also confusing. When if you do not use proper condition, it may give wrong output. So let me start with first program on loop. So let's say I want to the what can you say? I want to multiply numbers starting from 1 to 10 by 2. So this just will see a simple program how loop works, and like what output I should expect. Let's say I want to multiply 1 to 10 these numbers. So 1, 2, 3. So I should get output. Let's say for first number it will be 2, second number will be 4, and last output will be 20. So first let's start. So n is equal to 2. So this is my multiplier. I want to multiply each number by 10. So now here I will start the my loop for. So whenever you use loop statement, it changes color. So for, let's say I will create one temporary variable called I. Let's say I in range. So range is one function in Python, very useful. So directly you can use range. So my number will be starting from 1 and ending will be at 10, and I want step of 1. And whenever you define the function loop, so you have to put semicolon or to this symbol so that the statements inside the loop will be typed here. So it will having tab here. So that means we are inside the loop, and if we type from extreme left, so it will consider as a not a part of loop. So let me first show you how I will work. So print, let's say I want to print I, and now run it. So it will print 1, 2, 3 up to 9. So basically it doesn't consider last digit. In Python, I have said in some functions the Python doesn't consider last number. So you have to use 11 here. Now I get I as a 1 to 10. So for I in a range, so I is one temporary variable I am creating. So let's say here. So I came to know that i's value are varying from 1 to 10. Remember, whenever you use loop, try to execute program at every line after typing every line, so that you will come to know at the beginning whether we are going right or wrong. So whenever let's say I verified here whether I is taking proper values, and I verified that now I is taking values from 1 to 10. This is the like going step by step in a loop is important. So let's say let me define one variable. Let's say I will define product. So I want to multiply each number by 2. So let's say product is equal to n into I. So this is my simple output I want, that I want to multiply each number which is starting from 1 and ending at 10 by 2, and I want to print the final product, that is my output. So you can see the each number has been multiplied with 20. So what if I take the print function out of the loop? Let's say here place enter and back it. Now this print is not a part of loop. We have exited the loop here. So let me first run it. Now you can see you are getting only last output. So whatever the value of I which is at the last value, it will return me only last output. So because we have taken it out of the loop, it will give me directly the last output. So you have to be careful while using the loops. So this may happen. So ideally I should get 10 outputs, but I am giving only one output because I have taken this out of the loop. So let me show you one more part. Let's say I am copying here. So now I want to print, let's say, any output between these two. Let's say I want to print output, let's say fourth output. Fourth output is like first, second, third, fourth. It should return me 8. So we have seen the indexing part in our list. So let me try whether it gives me output or not. So here it is not callable. Let me take it out of the loop. Still it doesn't get. Why? Because this is not a list or array. These are the just simple integers. So for that, how can we do that? So I will keep as it is for your reference. So let me copy this first. Now here what I will do, I will create one variable called x, and I will change it from np dot, let's say, linspace. So linspace is a function from numpy library. So let me first import that numpy library, import numpy as a np. So basically what linspace function does, I will show. So NumPy is one library which will be useful for our numerical calculation. So we will be covering the NumPy library in upcoming sections as well. So for time being, you can use as is it. So here you will find the NumPy reference. So NumPy is a for numerical Python calculation. Linspace. So I want to vary number from 1 to 10, and I want the 10 outputs, or each number, that is 10 numbers are there from 1 to 10. So let me print first x. What is x you are getting? Let's see here. Take the out of the loop, print x. So you can see this is a type of array. X is now type of array starting from 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10. So this is the linspace command which divide or create 10 number of points or 10 numbers between these two numbers. So starting 1, ending 10, and in between it will create 8 numbers. So starting is 1, ending is 2, sorry 10. So these two numbers are covered. I want total 10 numbers, so in between 8 numbers are covered. So if I change the 8 here, so it will create 8 numbers, total 8 numbers between this range. So we want step as a 1, so we will use 10 numbers. So this is the use of linspace function. So now instead of using range here, so what I will do for I in x. So what I will do, I is my temporary variable which will take values from this x array. So it will take each value of x from this array. So starting from 1 to 10. And product is n into I, and now I can print product. Let's say what it gives me. It gives me 2 to 20. And let's say if I want to print here, let's say fourth output. So still it is not giving me the result. And let's say if I take out of loop, does it give? Still it is not giving me because it has 10 outputs and it cannot recognize the complete list. So for that, how can we do? Let's say I will create one empty matrix or empty array. So this is a y as a empty. Right now y has does not have any numbers or elements inside it. It is just empty list or empty array. And I can store values of, let's say, product. So inside this empty list. So how can I do that? Y dot append. So we have seen the append command. Append. So I want to append the values of product inside the this empty list. Now let's see what it gives me output. So print y. So basically it is giving me 2, 4, 2. So 10 rows it is giving me. Basically it is calculating for every number. So to avoid this, you have to take this out of the loop. Now you can see as we have seen similar to X, we are getting array of Y as well. And now here I can do indexing. Let's say 4. Now I can see the fourth number has written. Let's say I want to type get last digit or last number. Now here you can get the last digit. Why it happens? Because now I have created this product into one list by using this append command. So it is very helpful this empty list or empty array in terms of whenever there is a very large output, large number of data, and we want to store it into some arrays so that no data will be lost or such errors will be avoided. And we will see programs. Let's say in there is one program in our programs from mechanics. So how to get the shear force and bending moment diagrams for a beam when it is loaded. So in that case, we will be using such a kind of empty arrays and loops. So till that we you can do practice. You can use loops, trying different functions or different one, and you can do your own program. So here I have mentioned one more additional program. Let me explain it. What is actually this is. So I will explain. I will copying as it is. So S is a one my variable. I will call it as a sum. So sum is a 0 initially, and I want to get sum of numbers. So let's say my numbers are from 1 to 5, and I want to calculate sum of these 5 numbers. So 1 to 10 or 1 to 5, such as sums we have seen in mathematics. And let's say n is the input, that is I want to enter the number. Let's say if I enter the 5, so up to 5 I want to calculate the sum of those numbers. So sum here I have converted sum. Let me run this and I will explain program. So enter number, it is saying me enter number. So by using this command, first I have used one variable called n is equal to int. Int is integer, and inside that I have used input command and I have given some string enter number. So this is a enter number string is appeared here, and it is asking me for my input. So let's say I am giving input as an 5 and enter. So sum is 15. So if you calculate the sum of numbers from 1 to 5, it will be 15. So I will explain. So n is my input number. Initial sum will be 0. So this is one variable called sum I have created. Now I am creating one temporary variable I for in the range 1 to n plus 1. So n plus 1 is used because it will not consider last digit. If I remove this and if I enter the 5, the sum is 10. That means it has calculated up to sum of 1 to 4, not up to 5. So that's why I have to use additional 1 here. And step is 1. And if I want to calculate sum, I will be adding each number one after one another. Let's say 1 plus 2, then plus 3, then plus 4, plus 5. So this in you want to increment the number, then you have to use like plus. Plus is means incrementing the number step by step. So each step will be equal to 1. So first it will take the value of 1. Then I have given the command of increment. Now after 1 it will go to this step. So that is the next step is the 1. So 1 plus 1 will be 2. Then 2 plus 1 will be 3. So this way it will go on incrementing. So now this is my function. I have created this sum function, then print slash n. Slash n is just like adding the one empty space here. If I remove this, let's say remove here, then let's me choose number 10. Now it will give me sum of 55. So slash n just add the one empty line here. And you can type the here, let's say the sum is below. Now run it, enter the input, let's say 6, and you can see the sum is below. So this way you can remove the spacing here, and now you can see the sum is below because of I have added the space here. It also use some space. So this way you can use loops. So there will be many programs in our different sections in which we will be using the loops. So just go on Python's website, or there will be many tutorials available for the loops, and you can try that. And thanks and best of luck. We will see in next lecture.